Hey guys, and welcome back to Dark Souls 3. So last time we left off, we had gotten to the very end of the Abyss Watchers, the Undead Legion of Farron's Swamp. And we are going to be taking on the boss, our first Lord of Cinder boss. During the break here, I leveled up a couple times, did a little bit of farming. I'm running with 20 Vigor, 14 Attunement, 12 Endurance, the same as before, 10 Vitality, 14 Strength, 18 Dexterity, and I upped my Intelligence and Faith to 16 and 17 to get a little bit higher on that. I went and grabbed the cave that has the antiquated dress armor, as well as a scroll, I believe. Let's see here if I can find it. Right here, the Golden Scroll. A golden scroll chronicling the vast research of the Xanthus scholars. Give to a sorcerer to learn the arts of Ulasil. In the lost land of Ulasil, the sorceries orchestrated light and were said to shine in golden hues. And the storm rolls in just as I'm deciding to speak. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Bad weather and I have my window open. I'm moving towards Lightning Spear. I'm always kind of iffy about this miracle in this game, which is why I kind of decided to detour towards Intelligence, getting that up to 16 rather than focusing just to get to 20 Faith. But I think I'm going to go for it as well, because I always tend to forget when I'm casting Lightning Spear, and this is something that other people should keep in mind as well. The Unfaltering Prayer is a very useful tool, especially depending on the talisman. You know, as I said, Sunlight Talisman has by far the best poise effect, but Canvas Talisman is actually pretty darn close, and it has a higher spell buff, so it's 115 versus 100. That's well enough worth it. The Saint's Talisman is the lowest in the game. The regular one is somewhere in the middle, but Canvas is definitely the one you want. If you cast the spell using the Faltering Prayer rather than, well, I don't have it activated here, but if you cast it with Faltering Prayer rather than using the standard method of doing such, I don't know if I have much of anything that can be activated in that manner though, but let's see if it'll allow me to do such. There we go. You can see that special effect around me while it was being cast. Otherwise, I would just get this as my effect. Casting that while using Lightning Spear allows you to be in very close proximity. In Dark Souls 1, Lightning Spear was a weapon you definitely wanted to cast from further away because it took too long to throw, you know. That's one of the reasons anyway, although with 45 Dexterity it was much better than people thought. 40 to 45 was a big cast speed increase. However, on top of that, there was... sorry about that. However, as well as that, there was also the fact that it had knockdown. An enemy being hit by lightning spears, especially Sunlight or Great Lightning Spear, would be easily knocked down. It had a... it wasn't connected to poise, it was just a direct knockdown that would just knock them off their feet. You know, it was a very nice spell in that regard. Whereas you'd want to do it from a distance and then wait till they come in at you or something and try to, you know, hit them. In this case, you don't want that, you know. I'm at a loss as to why they did this with Lightning Spear, whereas Lightning Stake should have been the one that did it. But what you want to do in this game is run up to an enemy, right in their face, use the L2 instead of the L1 to cast Unfaltering Prayer, then Lightning Spear them in the face from point blank range. This will cause an AoE burst. Even if you shoot the Lightning Spear at long range, when it hits, it will have like a little AoE effect, but only if you, it won't hit the target that hits it, right? If you hit the target, it'll kind of bzz around and will kind of hit some enemies in the vicinity if it's if there's water, that AoE is effective, is like double the range. However, if you come in close range, the enemy you're targeting can be hit with the AoE as well. He'll be hit by both, in the same way that Chaos Pyromancies allow the lava to hit as a secondary tick. And this does 67% more damage, so it does make it worth it, in my opinion. So we'll consider that, you know. It's something worth looking at. Anyway, we got the third fire done, and I grabbed the scroll from the cave. So I'm going to go to the Keep Perimeter bonfire, which I ran a little bit ahead, killed a couple Corvians, and then just ran to the bonfire. So we didn't miss much. And then we will finish off the Abyss Watchers. We are at Sharp Uchigatana +3, which gives us 193 damage. I grabbed from that Keep Perimeter bonfire the Great Magic Weapon spell instead of regular magic weapon. So we're going to now go through and read some of the items that we haven't read yet. For example, we have Great Magic Weapon, which greatly, as in the name, reinforces right magic weapon. Sorcery which improves upon magic weapon. Greatly reinforces right weapon with magic. Only sorcerer swordsmen with special duties are permitted to use of this spell. The Azure Blade is said to cut down heavily armored knights with ease. I'm just going to shut that window. That's more noise than it's worth, and I think it's going to affect my audio. I believe we read the Lightning Spear Miracle. Interesting enough, it says allegedly used by Warriors of Sunlight. Yes. Tears of Denial is also a very nice one to have, you know. Miracle taught by Morn, the Archbishop's Apostle. Intended to grant the dying a few moments for a final farewell. Tears are shed for the sake of the living, more so than the deceased. I do not believe we have any extra weapons. No, nothing of any benefit here. We do have a composite bow at +2, so I need to start considering using that. It's a very nice weapon. I do also need to consider about upgrading a staff here. I think the Heretic staff is going to be the best option to start with. It's going to give me more AR on my Great Magic Weapon and such, so it's worth it in my opinion. Crown of Dusk is great for increasing magic damage, but we don't have any real magic spells that are damaging other than just Soul Arrow. The Crown of Dusk, feathered crown bestowed upon the Princess of Ulasil, land of ancient golden sorceries. Through the Guardian Elizabeth's blessing, this raises the power and effect of the wearer's magic, but damage suffered by magic attacks raises in tandem. And yes, of course, this, along with several other sources of knowledge we've read so far, confirm that Farron Keep, the Farron Swamp, is indeed Ulasil. And this is why the Undead Legion made this their headquarters and are fighting there, because the Abyss rose there. And the Gru are actually what became of the bloathead sorcerers, you know, the deformed people that you see in the Ulasil Township in Dark Souls 1's DLC. So that's a very interesting little detail. We do have the Watchdogs of Farron here now, that we did not read before. Ancient medallion depicting the crest of a wolf. Symbolizes the pact with the old wolf of Farron, equipped to pledge oneself to the Watchdogs of Farron. The Watchdogs ensure that the warriors sleep in serenity by taking the form of loyal spirits and hunting down those who would trespass the woods of Farron. Summoning takes place automatically while this is equipped. This is a good one to equip, honestly. I had the Way of Blue equipped just so I could kind of dodge potential invasions, but I'm not really playing Embered very often, so I don't really see it to be too much problem. And I only have 4 Wolfblood Swordgrass, so I'd like to actually get the other one as well. The Stray Demon, now lacking even a trace of flame, was once the Gatekeeper of Lothric. Soul of a Stray Demon, one of the twisted souls steeped in strength. We can use this to gain a very familiar tool to those who with a little bit of soul's knowledge.
Aha, so no stuff.
No new lore from Ludleth the Coreland. We can either get the Boulder Heave Pyromancy, which is actually pretty good. Art of a Stray Demon of Stifled Flame. Spews a boulder from one's mouth. The boulder is heavy, but shatters easily. But the one that's really worth it is Havel's Ring here. Havel the Rock. You know, his Super Bowl 98 ring has seen some better days, you know. The rocks are a bit chipped. But hey, you know, what can you say? A ring for warriors keen on heavy accoutrements. Increases maximum equip load. This ring was named after Havel the Rock, the battlefield compatriot of Gwyn, the First Lord. The art of war has been a constant since ages past, and those who would follow in Havel's footsteps are no fewer now than in his own day. We need 5,000 for that, though. So, I finally get a chance to use up some of these. Let's see. Large Soul of a Nameless Soldier. Bingo.
Aha, so
So yeah, unfortunately, a nice pyromancy that I can't quite use. But the ring is absolutely worth itself, worth it, you know, for our character at the moment. Especially because we are now overweight because of half-a-pound talismans. What can you do? Okay, anyway, I hate to lose the pyromancy ring. Silver Serpent ring is also really nice to have. I don't think I need the Saints ring, funnily enough, actually, at this point. Let's see how much of a difference this makes to us. This drops us quite a bit there. Gives us an extra 7.5 equip load. Although it does increase our equip load from 0.7 to 1.5 because it's a heavier ring. Or excuse me, no, 1.2 to 1.5 in the case that we swap that out. Oh, that's why. 0.5 for the Saints. Ooh, that's a big change. So we're going up to from 35.3 to 36.3. So we're gaining a total of 6.5. Well, it's still worth it for sure. It really allows you to have extra weight, you know. Extra defense, you know, a lot of extra stuff in this game is able to be gathered from that. And I did buy the Night Helm too. It doesn't really look that good with a lot of other sets, but I plan to buy the chest piece probably eventually, I'm assuming. We have the Xanthus crown. Crown supposedly made in imitation of a divine creature of Ulasil, land of ancient golden sorceries. Xanthus clothing is the mark of a researcher of lost sorceries, and the oversized crown is emblematic of their work. Such a curious pursuit is surely nothing to be ashamed of. So obviously this is intended to be in respect of flattery is the sincerest form of respect, or the grandest form of flattery, as the old saying goes. It's supposed to be mimicking Elizabeth the mushroom that was the advisor of Princess Dusk. So, you know, it is what it is. It definitely took a left turn from its original purpose as an evil enchanted cloth with the soul of a demon inside of it, when in Demon Souls with the old monk. But yeah, I'm just gonna run with this full set here because this gives me some nice. What am I at here? 17.9, so 18 poise pretty much. A couple extra poise and a pretty significant jump there in my armor absorptions, and I can still roll with it. So I think that's worthwhile. Fire Orb is by far the best offensive weapon that I have at the moment, so I'm going to go with that along with Great Magic Weapon. Although Great Combustion is also a really good tool, but I already have regular combustion on the Pyromancy Flame itself. So let's just run with that. Okay, thank you guys for being patient with us, and let's move on to the keep. So I know I mentioned before how I really liked the farming route of going to the Farron Keep bonfire, and then where you just turn around and there's the 3 Grue, and then you just attack them and run back. Usually the best way to do it is to just have a Pyromancy Glove equipped, and then just get Fire Orb. Specifically, Fire Orb is really good. Great Combustion works as well, but Fire Orb is really good. Stack on, you know, Great Swamp Ring and the Fire Clutch Ring, and just go to town. We just blast them, you know. This route here also is very effective at gathering a fair amount of souls, but it is safer, if that makes any sense. You're not gathering large crowds. And it also has a Black Knight at the end of it, which is very nice for farming other items. If you want to get a Black Knight Ultra Great Sword, if you want to get the Black Knight Shield, the Black Knight Armor, you know, all these things can be accomplished. Anyway, 278 AR on Great Magic Weapon with an unupgraded Sorcerer's Staff here. We're doing 370 on a backstab. We can finish them off with ease here. Then 330 on a charged R2. It's not too much of a difference. I believe I was doing about 360 on, you gotta watch out for this guy too. He sneaks up on you there. Yeah, he'll sneak up on you. Sometimes he won't show up right away. Sometimes you'll walk through there, you won't see him, he won't see you, and then when you're fighting the Black Knight, all of a sudden, surprise, motherfucker. You know, like, I've been scared shitless by him more than once before, so. And anyway, this is the farming route that I mentioned. If you're brave enough, you can punish him on Wake Up there from the post. If you know the range of your weapon especially, this is one of the best pieces of advice you can have as a player. I know I'm not the best player out there, so like, who the hell am I to be giving advice? But one of the best pieces of advice you can give for PvP especially, but also PvE, is to know the range of your weapon. Play around with your weapon and try to hit the enemy with just the very tip of your weapon, you know? Like, learn to know the very tip range of it, where you, okay, you know, I can miss, hit, right? You want to know exactly where that tip range is, you know, which is usually on the katana is right about here, right there, you know. So if you can kind of see, that's the tip range, and if you can get that, you can do things, you know, like I was doing, very reliably, just charge R2 on Wake Up, you know, and still be, in most cases, out of range of a lot of enemies' attacks. you can be a lot more fearless when you know your range, you know, and get off a lot of attempts on hits that you normally would not. As you can see, I got 2,700 from that run. There is a crystal lizard, one of the giant crystal lizards that was up there. I forgot to put him on recording, but it was an easy kill. He drops 2 Titanite scales instead of 1 for upgrading your boss weapons, so that's nice. You can drop down here, which will drop you right down where the basilisks were in the swamp, and gives you the one item that was kind of hanging up on the edge, which is the Atonement Miracle, which is actually one of the other item that I forgot that I have not read yet. Miracle given to those cast out from the Sable Church of Londor attracts more attention from foes. This is the only tale known to by the exiles, who believe it carries words of forgiveness. Cursed journeys too must ultimately come to an end. So this is a fascinating item here. It's a trick, right? Someone who is exiled from Londor, so they've committed a crime, is kicked out. And then at the very end, they're given this miracle by the Sable Church and told, you know, oh, Koth loves you. Even though you've committed this great wrong, we still love you. We want you to repent. This is your atonement. Atonement meaning forgiveness, right? So you're doing something to repent, to gain forgiveness, you know. You think of it as, oh, well, this is something positive. This is to help protect me on the road. It's a prayer, I could say. Right, they believe it carries words of forgiveness. The problem is that that's not the purpose of this. It seems very sinister. If this really is intended to help forgive you, it's intended to help forgive you by killing you off. Like that through your death you will be forgiven because it attacks attention from foes, right? It's clearly designed to kill you, to draw ungodly amounts of attention from dangerous foes. But yeah, that's a very good farming route. Even better is to run up here, kill the couple dark wraiths, and then run back, or just run back first beforehand. Either way would work. I still to this day find these guys to be pretty difficult to mess with, however. Oh no! Oh, the wrong attack to parry. I chose the wrong attack. I cannot believe he got me with that. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah. I'll work out. Alright. Yeah, that's my farming route. Those guys and then turn around and farm the Grue and the Black Knight. That's actually a really effective little farming route. It does take up a little bit more time, yes, you know, but it's not that bad. Especially nice if players are struggling is to just don't mess with these guys. Just stick back here for now. Let them run up. They're going to start fighting with the Grue. Because for some reason the Grue seem to have actually gained resistance to the dark. And are no longer corrupted by it. The Grue actually seem to be semi-divine in nature now. Like maybe perhaps they work for the Undead Legion. For whatever reason, they are very viciously opposed to the Dark Wraiths. So, and it doesn't seem that Dark Wraiths are actually, you know, the ones instigating. You know, they're both equally as vicious. And what you do is you let that one run over there. Kind of separate them real quick and then let them fight amongst each other. Would you leave me alone, bro? And you can kind of take them all out that way. Take that with a grain of salt, of course. Surprisingly enough, he actually managed to take that one out. It's very rare that the group actually win. Well, not that rare, but it's pretty rare. Let me grab these items real quick here. It's a good example of a knowing your range and baiting the enemy out there. I knew I could hold it because he would rush in at me. Okay. We're back healed up. I believe I've grabbed all the items that are in this area. Oh, actually, there's one right over there. An enemy, actually. But I need to be thorough. Isn't that cute? Asshole. Oh, are you serious? Okay, let's see if I can quit out and get out of this horrible trap here. I was not aware of that. That's actually pretty funny. Oh, come on. I am dead stuck. If you didn't have a homeward bone here, how would you get out of here? I'm legitimately curious. If you don't have some way of damaging yourself, poisoning yourself, or a homeward bone, you would be unable to get out of there entirely. That's devious, man. That is just downright terrifying devious. Okay, let's see here. If I drop down here,
Oh, do you wish?
what does Irina have here? She has force. Homeward is kind of pointless, but I'll grab force.
Have a pleasant night.
Oh yeah, that's right. I need to give the scroll to
Back
Warbeck.
again, I suppose. I don't mean to see Enix in the Freyhope.
I have not forgotten, actually. I'm giving you the second scroll in the last couple days, actually.
My. Well, this is very unusual. It's from Ulasil, an ancient land of golden sorceries. Not even the Dragon School possesses such a long-lost scroll. What would the Xanthus scholars say with their ridiculous headwear? They would simply slaver over this find. I don't mean to see an exchange in the Freyhope.
You'd think they would program him to change that after you've given him a program him on the same loop as they do for Greirat, where if once he leaves on a thieving prowl, like you have to defeat 1 or 2 bosses, I believe, and then he'll come back. Why can't they do that with it? You know, like if you haven't given him a scroll in X amount of bosses, he'll go back to, I don't mean to be overbearing. But otherwise, why is he still saying that to me? Okay, anyway. What do we have here? Spook, oral decoy, cast light, repair, hidden weapon, hidden body. I think we already had these ones, right? So I think the ones we got is cast light, repair, hidden weapon, and hidden body. Oh, and twisted wall. Oh, that's a large. That really is a large amount of spells there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different spells. Wow. Lost sorcery from Ulasil. Land of ancient golden sorceries. Casts a light to illuminate surroundings. This light-producing magic is elementary, but nonetheless demonstrates the pure nature of golden sorceries, the likes of which have not been developed even at the Dragon School. Lost sorcery from Ulasil, land of ancient golden sorceries. Repairs equipped weapons and armor. Includes weapons with exhausted durability. While the effects of this spell are rather subtle, its foundations are a well-guarded secret. Light is time, and the reversal of its effects is a forbidden art. The weapon itself undergoes no inherent changes. Effective use of this, like any tool, perhaps is reliant upon the ingenuity of its caster. Turns right weapon invisible. Hidden body. Turns body nigh on invisible. Although perfect invisibility is unachievable due to the risk of dissipation, the caster need only stand still for a moment to blend into environs with astounding camouflage. This reminds me of, there's a Stephen King book. It's not as typical horror genre fare, but it was a medieval knights and dragons fantasy novel called Eyes of the Dragon. And the story is a beautiful story. It's a great book if you guys are looking for it's like a 150-page, pretty quick read. Excuse me. But in the story they have the same evil wizard that's in the Dark Tower series called Flag. Ends up in an Irish castle, king's castle, a kingdom called Delane. The king can't have an heir, and he ends up killing a dragon, eating its heart, and then he conceives a child that night, and one child is good, the other is evil, and the wizard tries to manipulate the evil child, and he tries to poison the king and such, and during this, they mention this word for word, this exact kind of thing, like, perfect invisibility is unachievable, but it is possible to make one dim, quote unquote dim. It was they went into great detail on how it's like, he walked through the room and the servants, he was right next to them, but they just couldn't quite figure out why he was there. Their eyes just, for some reason, wandered to another corner, This is very reminiscent of that. Twisted Wall of Light. Distorts light in order to deflect magic. A closely guarded light manipulation spell that contorts the very fabric of fundamental laws, negating magic by denying its claim to physicality. So funnily enough, these spells, albeit them mostly useless, cast light, there's not very many places in the game that really need extra light. If there are, you can just use a torch. It doesn't really seem all that useful, unless you just have a bunch of extra attunement slots left over, which I know I sure as hell don't. I got plenty of things that would fit that slot better. Repair, you can always just have repair powder or come home. I rarely find myself ever needing repair at all. Hidden weapon can be useful in PvP, but not in PvE. Enemies don't know what kind of weapon you have. I don't think it's even going to affect their AI. Hidden body is the same. It might make it harder for you to be seen by PvE enemies, but it's probably mostly a PvP spell. Twisted Wall of Light has some uses, but from what I've understood, it's pretty inconsistent. But lore-wise, these are very powerful, right? Light is time. Reversing time is a forbidden art, right? This contorts the very fabric of fundamental laws. Negates magic by denying its claim to physicality. This is like manipulating the very fabric of time and space and light. And this kind of connects into how Manus was able to invade to get his pendant through time This is probably why he took Princess Dusk, right? He probably needed someone that was capable of channeling magic that could affect time and light. You know, and used her as a, you know, he was able to, you know, absorb her magical energies or something and channel them through himself. Something to that effect, to gain it. Twisted Wall of Light also reminds me of Top's Barrier, which, funnily enough, was actually described in Elden Ring as very elementary, but someday will be seen as, you know, very fundamental and very much ahead of its time. But anyway, we've done another detour that we didn't need to, so apologies for that. I might as well try Bursting Fireball. It's been a long time since I've used it, but it's not that I intend on losing, but I don't count on necessarily winning, so I'd rather not just lose those souls for no reason. So I'm gonna run back there and try a run at the Abyss Watchers. Okay, we got the Uchi, we got the Grass Crest Shield for a stamina regen, Sorcerer's Staff to increase my damage, Pyromancers to throw some spells at range. We got good defense, Halo's Ring, we got some extra souls, we got a Pyromancy boost, and I got stamina recovery as well. What else do I have that could be very useful? I suppose combining Lloyd's Shield and the Pond of Selefti could be useful. I don't think there's anything else really more useful than that. At the moment, I think that's probably the best option. I do want to trek back and farm some of the Dark Wraith set, though, eventually. I don't recall if you can get a Dark Hand from these guys, though. I don't believe you can. Which is kind of disappointing, frankly. Perfect. 666. 66.6 weight ratio when I add a Dark Hand on. Yep. I had a feeling that was going to be necessary. Okay. I have so many of these that I'm just going to crack an Ember here rather than waste an Estus Flask. Let's just get that extra HP going. That'll just increase my odds of success quite a bit. There we go. Oh, crap. How did the Gru get in here? What the hell? He's just wandering around. Damn it. So the key here is to try to get them to fight each other, of course. But now I have a Gru on my tail too, so that's gonna be, I'm not sure if I'm gonna survive this. The key is the red eyes. You'll notice the red eye ones are getting attacked. I'm assuming that is supposed to indicate that they have fallen to the abyss, and that's why they're attacking each other. Hard to say. Oh, yikes. Actually, the Dark Hand would be an iconic weapon to defeat this fight with, funnily enough. I'm very tempted to do so. Lore-wise, like, it makes perfect sense for this to be the weapon to hit him with. Not sure if they have high dark defense or not, but... Crap. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get out of here. I'm not doing very good at all here. Yikes, yo, what the hell? They're on my tail, good. Why is this one just stuck here? Okay, that was BS. No wonder I was dying there. That is ridiculous. There's no way I'm winning this one. I gotta be more aggressive. That was my failure here. More aggression is going to finish this off for us. So there we are. Second phase, but I really don't think I'm gonna be able to pull it off. As much as I'd like to finish this with the Dark Hand, I don't think that the extra range is gonna kill me. I think the lack of range. Whoa. Oh. Gotta get that timing down. Wow. I got my ass handed to me there. Okay. I almost feel like Tears of Denial is a better option here. Because I'm not really throwing... Pyromancy really just doesn't seem like the best option in this fight. So let's see here. If I do that, I'm not going to need the Great Swamp Ring. So I can throw on the Saints Ring, get the extra attunement. I do kind of feel like the extra absorption would be nice, but it's only going to be for one hit, and they have quite a few combo hits on me, so I don't think that's going to really be worth too much. Then I can rock Tears of Denial here. Oh, that's right, there's a trick too. If I run Tears of Denial here, it uses a lot of FP, you know, but it will last for quite a while. I can activate it, then go and rest at the bonfire again, and Tears of Denial will stay with me for the duration. I'm not sure where the hell the Dark Wraiths are here, but, well, I'm gonna have to deal with that. Crap. Lucky. Lucky. Once two show up, you get the hell out of Dodge. No, yikes. Okay, there's the problem. I'm attacking the wrong one. Close one here. Jeez, man. Holy crap. I cannot remember how good this moveset was. It's usually an easy boss for me. That's actually embarrassing. I used to be able to just kind of smash through this fight. I'm thinking I really made a mistake by not choosing the sword. The sword's extra speed really feels like it could come in use here in this fight. Darn it. Oh, and actually, I believe that they were weak against lightning. Do I have any lightning pine resin? I do have some bundles. I don't really think there's any other sources of lightning that I would be able to get access to at this point in the game. The damage increase is so much better on the katana, though, that I just feel like, damn it. I really mucked up doing that. I should have just stuck with the other one. Oh, and actually I gotta... I'm gonna try to keep this a short video. Oh, and I don't need pyromancy anyway, so why am I doing that? Okay. Do I need the extra stamina regen? Fire defense, for example, would be much more useful. So I could go with like the crest shield. Oh, right there, the dragon crest shield. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. That 89% fire defense. And then 100 physical versus 89. Similar stability, which I mean, you know, it could be better, but that's much better right there. I can really work with that. Let's try that. I think the shield alone is going to make one hell of a difference. Crap. Why did I do that? I hate how they can close the distance so quickly. I don't remember that being the case. So only one of them is the real one, the rest are fake in a sense. Yo, god dang. Okay, here we go. Holy crud. Yikes. Alright. Just wait for the third to come and he should be able to wipe this guy out quick. There we go, perfect. Ah, I didn't have a tough time to chew. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. Oh, that combo, dude. Holy crap. And those delayed fire hits, man. So shitty. Oh, come on, why aren't you healing? Damn it. Shit, that was not worth it. Damn it, man. Holy fuck. I don't remember being anywhere near this hard. Why? It used to be an easy peasy boss. Holy crap. I beat this guy like 6 times before and I can't beat him now. Got him. Wow. Close. Super close. Cinders of a Lord. The soul of the blood of the wolf. Wow. Dude, that... I'm rambling off like a madman again, but... as I tend to do, but... damn, that was a tough fight. It's been a long time since I've had that much trouble with that fight. I wonder if it's not the delayed attack training that Elden Ring kind of conditions you into, where, you know, the enemy will get ready to attack, and then normally you would just panic roll, like most people in Dark Souls 1, 2, 3. As soon as an enemy goes to attack, you'll just panic roll, just smash circle the second you see him raise his weapon, and that usually works for you. But I'm being very cautious and not panic rolling, and because I'm expecting delayed attacks. For a la Margit the Fell, you know. So I wonder if that's not what's doing that to me, because I'm delaying my roll of his main attack, which ends up putting me in the strike range of his delayed fire attack or something, you know. Like, it's worth a ponder, I suppose. Anyway, we have finished, and now we can go right here to unlock the Catacombs of Carthus. I find it interesting that the only route to Anor Londo is specifically blocked by 2 Lords of Cinderite. It's blocked by the doll that the deacons have. That makes sense, of course. That makes sense because the Church of the Deep doesn't want you to be able to get to Aldrich. But why are the Abyss Watchers guarding the entrance to the catacombs here that lead to Irithyll? Why would they be in cahoots with the Church of the Deep, the Cathedral of the Deep? What does Pontiff and them have to do with one another? Are they going to continue to respawn? I forget. No, they do not. Alright, I don't want to risk losing these 25k, so I'm going to run back here Let's see what time it is. It is definitely too late. I have to go to work in the morning. Thank you guys for my a bit erratic, rambling streams. They are what they are. I'll get better with experience, I'm sure. Let's get back here, and I'm going to see about what to do about spending these, and then I will see you guys next time.